honored and proud. The fact that the award was originally started for to recognize the Nobel Prize winners at Case obviously is impressive to me, and I'm humbled to be part of an award like that. You don't really think about way back to your college days until something like this comes along, where you start thinking about specific things. Then you realize, well, those things are so much a part of how I think that they're second nature. When Professor Shanklin said, when I was working with Einstein on this matter, I perked up, and I think the rest of the students probably did too. And I remember thinking, I bet there'd be a lot more students in this class if they knew who this professor really was. Professor Shanklin was very impressed at how Einstein carried no ill will or animosity towards any of his critics, even his harshest personal critics. And Professor Shanklin went on to say that all of the, in his words, big minds that he had ever worked with shared that characteristic. I've traveled and worked all over the world, but that's never left me. It had probably the most immediate effect on my career as a young engineer had to do with Professor Samuel Marin. During World War II, Professor Marin was asked by the United States government to take a pint of synthetic latex rubber that the United States soldiers had captured from the Germans, and to determine from that pint how to build a synthetic rubber industry in the United States. And Professor Marin went over how he did that in class with us, which was fascinating. I went to work out of Case as a chemical engineer for British Petroleum. And believe it or not, one of the first things that I had to work on were a number of serious problems they had in the manufacture of synthetic rubber latex. And I immediately knew all the problems. I knew the answers. Professor Marin had solved these things years ago. And my superiors were super impressed. I remember, I think it was the CEO of the company asking me, Tom, just incredulously, how did you do that? And that got me noticed early, which is important for a career, and had led to me being advanced very quickly. One fun thing I can think back on is I played basketball at Case. We had Coach Sudek. He was a great guy. He remembered everybody. All through the years, he remembered everybody, even me, and I had a very minor role at Case, but shortest guy on the team. So if I had to name one regret, I would say that they didn't have the three-point shot back then. Case is a great institution. Under President Snyder, it's really starting to take off. President Snyder has established two main strategic thrusts for Case, the health sciences and energy. And the Great Lakes Energy Institute is the energy branch of that strategy, and Diane Anderson has done a wonderful job in really from starting it up into what it is today. So my experience at Case has served me well. Very good preparation for a career and for my life.